Good evening, friends. Welcome to my channel Infinite Trade. My name is Robin, and let's do a Nifty and Bank Nifty analysis for tomorrow. Okay. So first of all, like we already know that both Nifty and Bank Nifty is coming down, and we also saw a couple of weeks before that Nifty was forming a head and shoulder pattern, and that eventually that was confirmed, and we saw a huge fall. And there is some more fall expected, so whether we can get that fall or what is the plan of the big players is something that we're going to discuss in this particular video. So let's quickly check out some facts of the FIs. So the first thing is, on Friday they sold for 7,631 crores in the cash market. So they have been selling continuously, and so usually there is a pattern. So what they used to do is, in the first half of the month, okay, the selling used to be in smaller numbers, so like 1200 crores, 1400 crores, 2000 crores, and eventually by the end of the month they used to sell heavier amount, like anywhere between 3000 to 5000 crores. But this month, surprisingly, in the beginning itself, they started selling huge amount. So starting from 28th Feb, it was 4000 crores, and then 4400 crores, and then 6600 crores, and then 7600 crores on this Friday. So I think they're doing it purposely. But anyways, it's a huge opportunity for us to invest. So let's see the participant wise open interest and decide what is going to happen tomorrow. But on a longer time frame, if I have to show you, let's just quickly check that once. Okay, see, so this is something. So this is a longer time frame, and if I'm just pointing out the dotted lines here, so this is an important support which is at 34,125. We can consider 34,000 to 34,125. So once we close below this, then we may see further fall, and the next immediate support comes in somewhere around 32,300. But whether we are going to fall till that place is something which is which we could know eventually. Because sometimes what happens is, most of the times, like if they have to do any sort of a reversal, they'll trap a lot of traders. So for example, this is the support that we are talking about. Okay, so what they'll do, they'll bring the market down, and then immediately the momentum will go off, and then eventually they'll form a double bottom kind of a pattern and then fly away. Okay, so they can do this, but we'll keep a close watch on that, and we'll discuss about this as and when we see the progress. Okay, but right now we are at support, so maybe we can make a halt candle tomorrow and then continue the fall, or maybe we can fall continuously from here also, but that depends on the opening. Okay, so similarly, let's check out Nifty as well. So Nifty had a support somewhere here in this place. Okay, so this support is already broken and it is tested, and right now we are standing here. So either we can fall like this, or maybe we can hover here like this. So anything can happen. Let's watch out for that. But very good support lies at this place. Okay, this is somewhere around 15,900 to 16,000. So we are already close to 16,000, but this entire place can act as a support. So in case if we get inside this zone, then we can expect Nifty to do some consolidation here, like one that happened here. Okay, so let's see if we get that opportunity. So now let's continue with our data analysis. So the first thing is participant wise open interest. Yeah, this is March 4. Cool. So on Friday, what FIs have done is in the futures, they have closed long positions. Okay. And they have added short positions. And that's why we can see that the future is in sell. And then we have call sell, which is about 6,461. And then some put sell, which is around 7,500. That means FIIs are bearish in futures and expecting sideways in options. Okay, so they have both call and put sell. We saw that there was a huge swing on Friday, and people who are not in my Telegram channel, please do join, because on Friday exactly at 11:30, let me just show you the chart as well. Exactly at 11:30, I had told that do not short Bank Nifty. Bank Nifty is going to give a strong bounce. So let's see where is 11:30. Okay, in this candle, okay, the one I'm pointing out. So at that time, it was somewhere close to 34, 230 to 250, and then we saw this bounce almost until 35,100. So a good 800 points bounce, and then eventually it came back. So a huge swing. So when we saw that there are put sells and call sells, so I am assuming that since this swing is quite big enough, FIs would have sold their call options at this place, and they would have sold their put options at this place. Okay, because we can see some consolidation here, so there is a possibility that they would have taken some time and shorted some puts here, and similarly some calls here. So they have a very big range, so that is 35,000 and 34,000. So let's see how the market opens tomorrow and they adjust it, so we'll discuss about it. So now let's look at pros positions. So they have call sell in huge quantity. So this quantity is perfect. Okay, as on Friday, FIs usually sell these kind of quantities because of Saturday, Sunday weekend, and already there is so much of global uncertainty due to the Russia-Ukraine war. So the quantity is less. That shows the professionalism. And pros have some put buy, but they have heavy call sell. So good. So FIs are looking for a sideways market tomorrow, and pros are looking at so their position is bearish. So what happens is when they check this data, they'll obviously think to neutralize their position to some extent if the market opens gap up, because FIs are expecting sideways and they are holding completely bearish position. So obviously there is a higher chance that they look for a in case if the market opens against their view, they look to neutralize the position. So that is something which you'll have to keep in mind. Okay, so when I say neutralize their position, what does that mean? So they'll also start selling put options. So for them to sell put options, they'll make us believe that the market is going down so that we can buy put options, and they'll sell put options. So keep this in mind. So in case if you feel that the market is trying to trap you and it is making you buy put options, then think in such a way that possibly this is pros which are trying to sell more put options so that they can neutralize the position. But when do you think something like that is? When, see, if the market is going to open flat and then it is going to fall. So let's go back to the chart and discuss, because we already saw this. So let me just go back to the chart and show you what exactly I'm telling you. So for example, in this case, this is Bank Nifty. So Bank Nifty is standing somewhere here. So if Bank Nifty opens flat and if it breaks, then they do not have an issue. Okay. What they'll do is they'll watch out what is going to happen here. So once Bank Nifty reaches to PDL, the previous day low, they'll look whether it is trying to form any sort of price action to go up. They see this with the quantity that is available at that time. We cannot see that as retail traders. And what they'll do is, in case if they find that people are not really interested in buying put options here, they'll break this level. Okay, they'll break this level, and then what we'll do is we'll enter into the put side thinking that PDL is broken, and then eventually they'll start making lower lows so that we buy more put options or we stay in the trade, and then they'll start forming double bottom here, and then eventually they'll just kind of short cover so that we all are trapped, and then they'll take the market a little on the higher side. So this can happen, but will this happen or not? How do we come to know is something we'll discuss right now. Okay, so the first thing is, let me activate all my support and resistances. So for now, this area is going to be a strong resistance. Okay, 34,900 to 35,100. Okay, so this is a strong resistance. So tomorrow, if market opens say within this range, so the lower side is 35,300. Okay, or let's do one thing, 35,311. Okay, so okay, let's do one thing, let's shift this line here so that it becomes easier for us to identify. So what we are going to do is, in case market opens flat, so when I say flat, so between 34,450 to 35,320. Okay, the market should open within this red candle, within this area, and if it breaks this, we'll definitely go and buy a put option. Our first target would be previous day low. Okay, and immediately after previous day low, we have a round number which is 34,000. So we can expect the market, the Bank Nifty, to move until 34,000. So this is a good 300 points fall. So once it hits somewhere close to 34,000, we'll exit our put. Okay, so this should be our first trade. Okay, and what we'll do is we'll try and see if it is spending time above 34,000 or below 34,000. If it starts spending time, and then if it is breaking any range again on the downside, then we can decide that okay, if I had put options that they had sold, so they might have converted their positions and they would have sold more call options, and hence the market is moving down. So this is something that we can conclude and take the position likewise. But this is going to be a first trade, so this trade we can take, and we can sit and relax and watch the market. So what is the second sort of trade? The second sort of trade is, in case if we gap down, at previous day low, okay, we are not going to do anything, so we'll wait for this bounce. Because what happens is, in case if we gap down here, then there is a lot of opportunity that the call sales that FIs have done, pros have done, they'll try and book it to some extent, and the market will give bounce, and then we'll see if it is taking reversal here. Okay, so in case if it is taking reversal here, this is also something you can do a scalping at this place, but the best place to trade would be if it breaks the PDL decisively and then goes down, is when we can take the trade. Yeah, any gap up above 34,450, and that can bring the market to a halt, and they can do some sideways. So maybe they can break this, they can test the PDL, and then they can reverse back, and they can do the time pass. Okay, so any gap up beyond 34,450, keep in mind the market can be sideways at least for the first half based on their positions. So this is my view on Bank Nifty. Now let's quickly check out Nifty. So if we look at Nifty, again, this is a strong resistance from 16,370 to 16,450. So only above this we'll look to buy call options, but right now it is in a bearish territory. So let's put a line here. Okay, let's keep the color as black. So Nifty flat opening means it should open between 16,227 to 16,270. Okay, and if it opens within this range and then it breaks this, we'll buy a put option here. Our immediate target would be PDL. Okay, and PDL is somewhere near to 16,137, so it may go up to 16,100. Okay, a strong close below this level, and if it starts consolidating here and then if it is giving a breakout, then believe me, it will even break 16,000. Okay, so just for 100 points they'll not do consolidation, but in case if they want to reverse, what they'll do is they'll go down fast and then start hovering here, and then slow and steady they can move up. Okay. But in this case, from 16,227 to 16,100, the 120 points target is something which we are expecting in Nifty. So since their position is sideways, we are not planning any downside directional trade with a strong momentum that we can see later on in the option chain. Okay. Any significant gap up above this area, which is around 16,400, any significant gap up, then we may see that the market may do time pass here. So in the second half, if it breaks this level, we'll again go for a put option. Yeah. So this is my view on Nifty and Bank Nifty for tomorrow. I hope you all enjoyed it. Let's meet tomorrow in the next analysis video. Till then, take care. Bye-bye.